transparency moment. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I'm in a new space, a new city, new state, or if it's because I'm in limbo right now. But I just don't feel like I'm myself right now. And like, I borderline feel like I'm in a funk, but it's weird because it's like I don't know where this came from. But this whole week, I've just not been motivated to really do anything. I still haven't finished unpacking my apartment, which is also not good for my mental because I do not do well in cluttered environments. I have a weekend packed with activities, which should be exciting. I have an open mic tonight that I saw on TikTok. Someone expected it looks really lit. And I'm like, I want to go. I already paid for my ticket. I'm going, obviously. Doing a short film tomorrow with one of my fraternity brothers. And I'm not excited, but I am. It's like, I'm sure it'll be a dope experience. But part of me is like, I just want to stay in my bed. And then I'm supposed to be going on a date on Sunday. And I just don't feel like doing any of this. Literally, I should be logging on to work right now and I'm still in bed. I need to get up, take a shower. And I just don't know why I feel like this. And it's frustrating.
So welcome to today's Raahz Talk. We're going to cheers to health and wellness today. And I mean physical, spiritual, and mental health. I haven't eaten today, so I am drinking me a green juice. My brand, thank you to my brand, guys. Yeah, shout out. I'm wearing my ultralight beam earrings in L2 in our silver color. I was wearing silver in the last one. We'll switch it up for the next episode. I need to wear gold or the rose gold so y'all can see if we have other colors. But also wanted to share a different style. So today I kind of want to talk about how to not get stuck in your feelings. It's okay to get in your feelings. We all do. We're human. But baby, don't get stuck there. Do not get stuck there. So I'll just first give a little background of just how I was feeling this past week or so. Y'all know I'm new to Atlanta and I am still getting adjusted, and I don't know necessarily what I expected to feel off rip moving here. It still doesn't necessarily feel like I live here. Like last night when I was driving home, I'm like, dang, I live here now. Like I'm going home. I'm going back to my apartment. But I think I mentioned this in my last episode that like not having a job yet made this move just still feel kind of spontaneous, even though I know that I moved here with intention. But sometimes when things are not physically present, it fogs our, I guess, mental reality. And I think that's another thing that I could speak about. Like, does reality always have to be tangible? Like, do you have to feel it? Do you have to be able to touch it for it to be real? That's something I would like to explore more. Not today, though. But for this particular segment, I realized this week I didn't have a lot of motivation to get up in the morning. I haven't started a real routine yet here, and that's something that I was really excited about. I was like, once I move, I'm going to get back into a routine like I was in my last apartment, because I felt like living at my grandparents' house that, of course, one in general, just living in the country, life is just a lot slower. But I just felt like I didn't feel like, it never felt like my space. It's home. It's home because that's where my family is. It's home because a lot of my like identity and my love for my people and genuine care is there, which just reminded me I have to make sure I call my family today, because I did tell them we were gonna do our weekly check-ins and I missed it last week, so I'm gonna check in with them today. But I just knew that it wasn't my space. I knew that it was temporary, just like this apartment that I'm in currently is temporary, but it's still, this is my sanctuary for the time being, so I want to treat it as such. So some things that I used to do, excuse me if you hear my stomach growling, I did just drink that drink, but you know, she ready for some food. But I did in my last apartment, once I got to a certain point of really being intentional with having a routine, things that I would do is get up at 6:30-ish, you know, start my day with prayer. And then certain days I had carved out for working out, certain days I had carved out for working on personal projects prior to starting my 9 to 5. And of course I slipped up. I didn't always get up early. I didn't always work out. I didn't always work on those things beforehand, but I had that in place to do it. And I knew mentally that I should be doing it. When I do get up early, I personally feel more energized and like ready to take on the day. Starting the day with God is mandatory, but I think also setting aside a set amount of time to spend with God and myself too is also important. So that's something that I do want to be intentional with moving forward, because I know that it affects how I feel, my energy. It makes me motivated. It also allows me to, whatever I might have still been holding on to from the day prior, I'm releasing that, because I'm not going to punish today for yesterday's sorrows. I try not to anyways. And so I've seen how beneficial it is to have a routine and also to be an early riser. Okay, early bird catches the worm. I also would like I usually don't eat food until like noon. So I usually skip breakfast, but I do enjoy a nice tea in the morning. Or you know, like the drink I just took just for, again, vitamins and energy. So I want to start doing that again, because I just know how great that was for me back in the day. And I think, again, with these new implementations that I want in my life, having a routine is vital. Now, when I don't get up early, when I don't have an intentional time with God, when I don't meditate, when I don't get my body active prior to starting my workday, I am lower energy. I'm a little frantic. I'm sometimes logging on to work late because I still have to, of course, also do my morning routine, which requires me to shower and, you know, do my skincare, hygiene, all that great jazz, and to get dressed. That's, you know, that's mandatory no matter what else I'm doing in the morning. And that takes about 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes, depending on what I'm putting on for the day. And this past week, because I gave myself grace for my move-in week, plus I wasn't working, but I knew, I'm like, okay, it's a lot of moving parts. I had stuff going on. I had family stuff, I had friend stuff, and then I just had me figuring stuff out, the moving situation with the movers and all that. So that was like, okay, girl, you just got here. It's okay. But I expected more structure this week for myself. And so when I didn't have the motivation to do it, I was just like, for the first couple of days, I was just like, okay, tomorrow we're gonna get up. Tomorrow we're gonna do it. But when it got to Thursday, I was like, okay, we're still not doing what we need to do. And then, of course, getting back into the work that I do full time, that was also more than I was expecting. I had a challenging week, I'll say, at work. And I was catching myself this week. I'm like, okay, you're getting irritated and that person's not out of order. You are. One thing I do love about myself is that I can't hold myself accountable. I might not do it initially, but once I sit back and reflect, I'm like, okay, you was out of, you know, you were being asked to do something that is expected. You didn't like the way it came off, but at the end of the day, like, it is a part of your job. But it's coming off as micromanaging to me. And as someone who knows that they do above and beyond what's required in my position, I'm not digesting it well. But I'm giving grace. I do think that also I know that has also impacted my feelings and my mood overall. But I think also me not looking forward going to that job is also why I'm not getting up early and doing what I need to do prior to that job. But what I need to realize is that morning routine is not just so that I can show up for that job. It's so that I can show up for myself. Because I work this job, I'm an artist. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm also trying to make time to maintain and build personal relationships this year. That's a goal of mine. I still gotta have time for myself too. And so I gotta get my shit together. And I will. One other thing is that I will always grant myself grace because I do deserve that. And I am always doing my best. And so as long as I'm always doing my best, that I will reward myself for that. And with that though, I am continuing to understand that my best looks different at different times because my capacity is different at different times. So not letting yourself get stuck in your feelings. One of the key parts to that is understanding that it's okay to feel. It's okay to feel. It's okay to feel everything. It's okay to feel happy. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel indifferent. It's okay to feel numb. It's okay to feel scared, anxious. It's okay to feel angry. It's okay to feel excited. It's okay to feel everything, every type of emotion that is possible. We should feel them at some points in our life, and it's also okay. I am not burdened by my dark days. They're essential. They help me appreciate my good ones even more. They make me hold on tight when I'm feeling great. I also understand that I deserve those good days. Because there's a point in time where I'm like, this is too good to be true, or maybe I shouldn't be as excited as I am. No, like when something great is happening to me, or when something even simple brings me joy, this other people are probably like, girl, that ain't that deep. It is for me. It is for me. It's okay to feel. That's number one. Number two is that feelings are temporary. So as much as it's okay to feel all of those emotions, know that they're not going to last, good or bad, or indifferent. Because life is a cycle. Life is full of ebbs and flows, ups and downs, right? So once you understand that feelings are also temporary, this is where you give yourself grace. And this is where you also give yourself reassurance that your feelings don't define you. So I might have felt lazy, but I am not lazy. And when I say that, it's like I felt lazy because I'm waking up. I'm still waking up when I should wake up, but I'm not getting up. Why are you in this bed? Is what I was telling myself on Friday. That clip that y'all saw where I'm like, I'm just being transparent, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, I started, at that point, I'm like, this is 5 days going on. Why are you still doing the same thing when you know what you should be doing? You're still not doing it. I felt like I was being lazy, but I had to sit there and say, hold on. Because again, once I am up, I'm doing all things throughout the day, right? And in that, I was like, there's a reason why you're not getting up. It's not just because you want to keep sleeping. It's not because you don't necessarily want to start the day off good. Something's going on that's telling you, nope, we're not doing that. We're not bettering ourselves this week. We're not pushing through this week. And I don't claim depression, but I will just say like I had a sorrow week and I didn't really understand why. I'm like, I just moved here. I should be so happy. I should be so excited. But it goes back to me trying to realize, does my reality have to be tangible? Do I have to have things actually happening in my life for me to be content? Why can't I be content with where I am currently? And granted, I'm also somebody who's like, if you're not content with where you are, do what you gotta do to get to where you're trying to get to. And so I'm actively working to get to a better space. But I think that might be why I had this week where I felt kind of down and not motivated to go above and beyond because I'm like, I don't want this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore, you know? But as I stated, above all else, my feelings don't define me because they're ever changing, they're ever evolving, and I have the power to act on them or not. And the fourth part is, you know, having discernment of when to act on your feelings and when not to. You don't have to act on everything that you feel. You do not. Somebody says something slick to you, you don't gotta respond. Somebody was really, 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 really nice to you and they gave you a beautiful gift. If it's not in your heart to give a gift back, you don't have to. You can just accept what they gave you. Some people are not gonna like that one, but that's just true. You shouldn't always feel obligated to give. You know, sometimes it's your season to receive. But be a cheerful giver when you do give. And lastly, to really not get stuck in your feelings is give yourself a timestamp of when to get out of them. And this is for when you're feeling negative things, of course. I don't think you know, like I said, good feelings don't last, just like bad ones don't. But baby, you need to ride them good feelings off to the, ride them goodwill, Lord have mercy. Ride them good feelings until the wheels fall off. Girl. But those bad and negative feelings, I feel like at a certain point, you got to get back into your subconscious and be like, okay, nope, we're not doing that no more. A thought comes into your head, I ain't thinking that no more. I'm not feeding that no more. A certain somebody who makes you get in your feelings, I ain't even messing with you. Either not right now or ever again. You know, you got to choose that for yourself, whether or not that was a temporary, that person was in there for a season or, you know, a reason, lifetime. You got to figure that out for yourself. But again, know that you have the power to decide on how you move, right? So sometimes we need distractions because sometimes what's going on up here, it gets clouded or it gets too concentrated on that thing. And it's like, I can't think of nothing else. I can't get out of this space. So I am happy that even though I did not feel my best on Friday, that I still went out that evening. I went to an event here called Beats and Ballads. I unfortunately did not perform. I didn't really know the setup and I wasn't prepared. So that was definitely a, okay, stay ready, so I gotta get ready situation for me. So next time, yes. But I still enjoyed it. It was beautiful. I was able to network a little bit. Got some people that wanna collab with me on some things for my business. So that's exciting. And I also met someone who was really cool. And her and I exchanged information. So now, you know, I got somebody to hang out with. So hopefully that could be a potential friendship to come from that. So that's exciting because I did go to that event alone. She went alone. We linked up and, you know, we kicked it the whole night. And then after that, I was like, are you cool? Like, yeah, like you go out, let's hang out. Yeah. So that was fun because that's one thing too. Like I definitely want to make new friends now that I'm here. Then on Saturday, I did my friend's short film. Yeah, and I enjoyed that. One, it's great for me to get more experience with doing videos and things of that nature. And I just need more experience in front of the camera. I need more experience working with different people and doing, you know, different types of things that helps me grow as an actress because that's what that is, you know, it's acting. So that was a good experience. Yeah, Raahz added to her resume. Yeah. But when I came home yesterday, I was like, I'm so glad I went out this weekend because I could have decided to just stay in my feelings and be in this house cooped up, having a pity party, eating my life away, but I did not. I got some kinetic energy from other people. I was able to get my mind off of the bullshit that really don't matter anyway. And now I do feel motivated. Now I do feel excited. And I'm also, again, understanding that life is a journey. You have to go through some things to get some things. And even me and my friend that were talking yesterday, we was talking about that. Like, I mentioned my poem that I love so much that I wrote 4 years ago, literally 4 years ago. I randomly picked up my poetry book, my old poetry book that I used to write in all the time. I haven't written it since 2022, I think, maybe 21. It's been a minute. I now just mainly do my poems on my phone, but I do like having that book, and I think I am going to start using it again. And I just picked it up on February 7th. And I flipped to that page with my poem As I Grow. And back then I dated my poems when I wrote them. And it said February 7th, 2020. Is that not, like, that was God? Because in that moment I was like, every year since I've written that poem, when I go back to it, it doesn't matter what I'm going through, whether I'm in a really good space or not, it just hits. It just feels right on time. Like, that poem will be with me and guide me for the rest of my life. I'm actually going to read it to y'all, and it's so short I should know it by heart, but I don't. But I'm going to go get it and read it to y'all really quickly. Actually, I have it on my phone, so we can do it that way. And this is how I'm going to leave y'all today, because I want y'all to know that as you grow, give yourself grace. As you grow, love yourself right where you are, right now, today. As you grow, baby. And this is a long Raahz talk. I'm sorry. My goal is to keep this like 10 minutes, but I felt that today. So, okay, here we go. As I grow, I bury burdens before they can destroy me. I excuse my iridescent candor. I ignore the gazing of confusion and deceit life gives me. I celebrate my scars. As I grow, I tackle my toxicity and crazy. I am not a victim of temporary fulfillment. It once consumed me until it no longer stimulated my loneliness. As I grow, I stray from normalities. I travel through valleys. I face my reflection. I caress my sovereignty from within. I am becoming my peace as I grow. Thank y'all so much. I hope you have a beautiful week. And I'll see y'all next time. Until then, peace, love, and light.